Scarpins Avenue.
Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Sklar Country, the virus edition, aka the Pandy Pods,
aka two fellows, no mellow yellows,
aka two dudes, no bad attitudes,
because we're positive,
aka two guys in a room flanking the dumb, living, wishing all you a happy Zoom Thanksgiving. And that was from Charlie Shulman. Dude, love that guy. I hope you had a nice Thanksgiving. Hope you had a nice Thanksgiving weekend. And Charlie Shulman, as he puts it so perfectly, we love you and we want you to be well. This is a community. I love how the AKAs are like people calling out each other in a positive way.
So great.
That's what we do, and that's what we hope to inspire in you, that you guys are cool to each other, develop relationships, form friendships out of this thing, because if you're listening to this show and you love this show, I guarantee you, for the other thousands of people that are doing it, you guys have something in common.
Agreed.
So we're so happy to be here. It is, again, we're plunging into, heading into December this week. I got my puppy, a little Ponyo. She's doing her thing. Life is moving forward and hurtling forward in a positive way, and that's what we're doing.
Transitioning in our government. We hope we're getting to better days.
I hope we finally become that woman that the United States should be.
We're transitioning into a beautiful woman.
That's right.
The woman we always wanted to be.
The woman that was always living inside of us.
Thank you, as a nation.
Okay.
Get the dude energy out of there.
Let's jump in here. All right. So now, gatherings of any kind right now, we're in such a bad time. Like,
don't tell me if you got together with people over the weekend. I don't want to hear.
If you did, I hope you did it outside, and I hope there was distance. And I hope there were masks involved, and I just hope that you were distanced from the people, unless it was your close family. But other than that, even still, if you came home from college, you probably brought your parents COVID.
But you know that people aren't going to listen to this, Randy. You know that people are going to get together and gather with not just their friends, not just their family, but even with strangers, and they're going to do it underground.
Underground, like prohibition.
That's what this feels like to some people.
More like prohibition. Idiots. In the old days, you could go to an underground dominatrix dungeon, wear a gimp mask, not talk to anyone and not tell anyone that you did that, and no one would ever know unless you went swimming.
Yes.
With people like the next day.
And they saw the bruises on your
Holy
body.
crap, Dave. You got a lot of whip marks on your back.
Oh, I slipped and I was scratching my back on the refrigerator. You know how a bear rolls up against a tree? I was against a very rough corner of my refrigerator.
Or did you slip and fall on a torture wheel?
I slipped and fell in a dominatrix
on
bar.
a torture wheel at work. There is no way to spin that other than, why is Dad wearing long sleeve shirts going to swim?
He is very conscious about the sun. All right.
Sensitive.
And he wants all you kids to wear swim shirts too.
And he has a very hard safe word to remember. That was like 2000.
His safe word, unfortunately, was keep going.
Okay.
Clearly.
That was 2018 behavior that I just described.
It's 2020.
Or 1960. It is 2020
It's
now.
2020.
If you want to go to a sex party or a swingers bash,
you're going to go home, not just with someone else's wife. You're going to go home with the Rona.
You have to assume that the Rona's coming with you, all right?
Mm-hmm.
You might be going home with Sharona and a little bit of the Rona.
Iona and the Rona.
A little bit of the Rona. Explain that to your kids. How did Dad get coronavirus? He's been with us every minute of every day, except when he and Mom went out shopping for groceries at 10 p.m.
And didn't come back until 3 in the morning.
Mom didn't even come back until 12 the next day.
Well,
far be it for us to tell people how to live their lives. That's the thing I've always lived by, that sort of
unless COVID is involved, because now you're part of a living organism that is our society.
And we are more interconnected than we've ever been. If we're in the midst of a global pandemic, unless people's personal behavior can affect a ton of other people.
Yes.
I'll put it this way to people who feel like social distancing and mask wearing is like
deep inconvenience into
Nazi
your life.
Germany coming after your personal rights. If you saw a person blowing cigarette smoke into the face of a baby, okay? I mean,
by the way, still safer than passing COVID to someone.
Totally.
But if you saw that,
take a huge drag on a cigarette or a vape thing, walk over to
not their baby,
a helpless baby in a stroller, and just blow it all on the baby's face while the baby is coughing. Would you be cool with that?
No.
If you are cool with that, you're an asshole.
Yep.
You have a problem. If you don't walk over to that person and be like, "What are you doing?"
Hey, you can't do that. Stop. I'm calling the cops on you. That's assault.
Coronavirus is, like Jay said, way more dangerous than that, by the way. So when an 80-person underground swingers party gets busted in New York City,
during a time when people are choosing not to go home and see their families for Thanksgiving, oftentimes not seeing older relatives who this might be their last Thanksgiving, people are making the sacrifice.
we have no sympathy for these swingers.
We don't.
They should be called spreaders. They're not swingers, they're spreaders.
Spreading their legs and they're spreading the disease.
That's right. That's exactly it. Here we go. A bunch of free-spirited sex revelers had their good time cut short by cops in the Big Apple. And I thought New York
Boo-hoo.
was doing such a good job. An interesting contrast to another attempted New York bust gone bad. Again, love the free spirit. If that's your thing, we're totally on board with it.
Against the concept of you guys.
I think of it like nudist colonies. There are no hot people at a nudist colony.
There's never an attractive person.
No. Okay. I don't have to.
Just like you rarely. Was it Janine Garofalo who made this joke like way back in the 90s?
You rarely see a kid like land his skateboarding trick. Rarely.
Just like that, you also rarely see a hot person at a nudist colony.
Okay. So I am not saying shut down nudist colonies because everyone there
is disgusting.
No, I'm saying let them go. Do it.
But also
I don't have to see it.
We don't have to see it, and also don't do it in a time of Corona. Don't do that.
Again, it's not my thing. I'm not saying shut it down. The New York City Sheriff's Office busted in and broke up an underground swingers club, which is still happening early Sunday morning in Queens, which is said to have been hosting up to upwards of 80 people.
And what's the rule? You can't have more than 10 people from Governor Cuomo?
I would say under 8 is really, okay, these are swingers. They're great at avoiding things like unwritten laws and conventions.
Like marriage is kind of a thing you enter into, and that's a contract.
They're going to
find that out the window.
They're going to find a way to swing during the pandemic. Sure enough, there was a rager going down. Music was blasting, and people were mingling and sipping on booze, which the sheriff's office say were being illegally served. Oh, so the booze being illegally served. That's the thing.
Where we get him. It's like getting Al Capone on his taxes.
And this is what the article said. Written in an article, and there were some people making whoopee, too, altogether. Making whoopee makes me think this article was written in 1978 by Bob Eubanks. No, today, making whoopee. I would have much preferred building the beast with two backs.
Something.
Okay. Again, 80 people to me feels big. Does that feel big for even a swinging party? Am I right?
Big for a comedy show.
I wonder if people show up to a swingers party looking for an orgy, get shut down, and then shamed out of the party. Hey, man. Hey, what do you think this is here? It's a swinging party. This isn't a free-for-all, for Christ's sake. The cops say that they found 3 couples having sex in a small room. Well, it is New York. It's what's small to you is huge for New Yorkers. New Yorkers will say that's enormous.
Like 2 apartments.
That's right. Apparently, the swinger, and it's
all in the room at the same time.
Right. Apparently, this swingers joint, which goes by the name of Caligula of all names, Caligula.
It's a little on the nose.
A little on the nose, yeah. I wouldn't expect the organizers of a swingers party to be creative. Would you, Jay?
No.
Come up with a creative name? Maybe we need to step in here and help them out.
Let's step in and let's give them some creative names for their swinger club.
Swing Your Partner 2020.
Swing and a missus.
There you go. Right there.
That's a good one.
One swing leads to another.
Swing for the fences.
Okay. On a swing and a prayer.
The wind beneath my swings.
There you go.
Huh?
So this party, Caligula, has services that if you're looking to get busy, they've got it. The sheriff's office even snapped a shot of what they were offering.
So how do they know? Did they send someone in there who was like swinging for a little too long, and they're like, Dave, why'd you turn your microphone off? Like they're trying to like a wire.
Went too far undercover.
Went so far undercover. He's like, wait, I'm part of this
He took a shot. Okay, so plus a price sheet going over rates and what looks like a box of condoms.
So they are being safe somehow.
Use a condom. We don't want you to pick up any diseases of any kind that could be transmitted in any way. Isn't that what the condom is saying?
Yes. It's also
don't get pregnant.
You can get pregnant.
Yeah, fine.
Right.
Are they doing
How old are the people?
Are they doing temperature checks?
Here's what's crazy to
no
me.
one is making eggs anymore.
Don't you think of like swingers as like older,
Yes.
always older than us? But we're like 49 now almost.
How old were
the swinging couples? Are they younger than us?
How old were the Furleys supposed to be, or the Ropers on Three's Company?
If you honestly ask
I bet
me
they were
right
like
now,
50. I bet they were like our age today.
I'm telling you right now, if I think of them as in their mid to late 70s.
Me too, but I think they were probably like 50. So here are the rates. $30 for 10 minutes. And 10 minutes might be all that you need.
Right.
50 for 20, 60 for a half hour, 75 for 40 minutes, $100 an hour, $500 all night. So the more time you spend it's a better deal.
It's a better hourly breakdown deal.
If you stay longer, but you're still. I like how they can't come up with a creative name, and yet they can come up with enticing pricing.
Enticing pricing is a better name than Caligula. I'm just going to say that.
All in all, 2 organizers and 1 patron were charged with misdemeanors, and the place was cleared out. Wait, who was the unlucky dude who got busted in all this? That's bad, and no one else got busted. New York police reports that the manager was hit with lots of fines. Wait, let's not get technical here. Lots of fines, which amounted to $16,000.
That's a lot of money.
That's 1 month's rent in New York City.
That's a lot of condoms.
For violating emergency measures issued by the state. The guy reportedly also got dinged for booze infractions. The booze infractions are the ones that are going to hurt the most. You know what I mean? You expect, come on, what is this, Nazi Germany? This is almost a complete 180 from what went down in neighboring Buffalo just the night prior when a sheriff's deputies, county health workers
I saw that.
tried barging in on a packed business meeting to shut it down, only to get chased off by the mob.
Yeah, there were 2 cops walk into this like warehouse where these people were meeting, and then they started chanting, "Get out, get out."
And then they
like,
chased
"Take
them
your
out of there.
Bitch ass communism out here. It's like, communism? Really?
It's not
They're
communism.
trying to protect you from your own selves.
But feel free to get COVID.
But Buffalo is the kind of town where like
Just
they
give it-
chased Uber off in Buffalo for the
Right.
first time around.
Because I guess they figured everybody swerving at the same time
They're
means
like
that they'll avoid
too
it.
much drunk driving in Buffalo for Uber. So basically, Uber was killed by a drunk driver.
That's
in
Buffalo.
Early stages.
Remember we went to Buffalo and like we just saw just scores of drunk dudes
just looking for fights
Looking
with each
for a
other.
fight.
We wanted to create Fight Tinder.
That's it.
Just a guy looking for another guy, and you see them in the app. This guy got fired from his job. This guy just found out he has COVID. They're 2 blocks away from each other. They want to fight each other. They allow them to message each other. Hey, you uppity? Now we're in a fight.
Maybe the Erie County crew should call up the city boys.
He just got out of a long-term fight in a relationship with his wife when she divorced him. Now he's just looking for a one-night fight.
Yeah.
A quick one-off.
Just looking for a quick grapple. City boys and get a few pointers on how to get handling these type of situations. Just a thought. Is it a thought? Is it? You don't see a lot of people chasing cops away when they're naked because it's hard to run when you're naked. It just, you don't want your balls flapping in the breeze. By the way, balls flapping in the breeze, a better name than Caligula. More creative.
Way more creative.
Bottom line, orgies and swinger parties like Thanksgiving with your family should be put on hold.
Just hang on.
Should be put on hold
like
this year.
your balls. Put them on hold.
Put them on hold. Put them on ice. You can do it next year. You might be able to swing before
6
Thanksgiving.
months, 7 months. You swing in the summertime.
You're not, okay, in both cases, at a swingers party today or Thanksgiving, you're going to see an old man unzip his pants when you probably don't want to see it. In both cases, we can put that off till next year.
Exactly.
Am I right?
You're right.
That is the first story down in the books. When we come back,
Johnny Rotten.
Johnny Rotten from the Sex Pistols is becoming one of the ladies from Grey Gardens. We'll tell you why. This is Sklar Country, the Virus Edition. Don't go anywhere. Hey guys, welcome back to the show. The live Dumb People Town tickets are going. Tickets are selling. We knew it was going to just continue to sell.
Yeah, this is selling in a different way than the other ones have, but it's like picking up steam every day.
It really is. So again, that is on 12/12. That's a Saturday night. Is that a week from this coming Saturday?
Yes.
So it's like 2 weeks away. Get your tickets. Go to eventbrite.com. Look up Live Dumb People Town and get it. It's going to be amazing. The Dollop, Dave Anthony and Gareth Reynolds, and then music by Mac Lethal. Daniel Van Kirk. I'll probably be wearing a dumb hat. It's going to be great.
It's going to be a blast.
It's going to be a blast.
Christmas office party. Lockdown's coming down hard, so we have plans for you.
Let us do it together.
Safe
Let's
plans.
be together. Make it a night out at your house. Get it there. And then YouTube page, Sklar Country. Subscribe to that. Facebook page, Sklar Brothers. Just follow that. We'd love to.
And
build that up.
tomorrow, is this to be? Yeah,
Tomorrow we're doing a live Dumb People Town at noon West Coast time
on a new app called Stereo. If you get the Stereo app, it's a sort of podcasting live stereo app. They have live conversations. You can catch us live, which means you can send voice memo messages. We'll play it on air. You can tell us dumb stories from your life, and we'll break them down.
It's going to be a blast. That's tomorrow at noon West Coast time, 3 Eastern time. I don't know what time it is in New Zealand.
But Huddletron, do the math.
Sarah Dunn in Ireland, Huddletron in New Zealand. You guys do the math.
The app is free. It's so fun. fun, and it's really a great little quick way for you to interact with us, which
just
we always
do
love.
stereo, look us up, follow us, and then you'll know when the show's going to be. And it's live. It's going to be an hour, and it's going to be a blast. Okay, let's jump
Punk
into
rock
this.
stars are meant to rock hard and then die young.
That is not a hope from us.
That's just a fact.
That is what it is.
You can't live like a British punk rocker and then age. Am I right?
Because if you're still doing things you did when you were young, when you are older,
you're just an alcoholic,
right?
Or a drunk, or
drug addict, or Johnny Depp. I mean, you take your pick. It's all bad.
And if you calm down and become a conservative, then you sort of betray everything you stood for when you were young. Being a punk rock star when you're young and destroying everything, it paints you into a corner for the rest of your life.
It really does. It's like Angus Young. I always said this about Angus Young. Why did he choose to wear a schoolboy outfit? He's going to be a 75-year-old guy on stage
in velvet shorts. Even worse, you'll start to take squirrels in as pets.
Like you're the old gals in Grey Gardens. Remember they had squirrels up there in their room? I didn't like it.
And as a result, you'll get flea bites on your dong.
There you go.
And no, we're not talking about Red Hot Chili Peppers bassist flea.
Although that would be punk rock right there.
We're talking about the bug. Yeah. All right. And while it is cool to have bites on your dong when you're 26 in a drug-induced sex romp,
not when you're
you're going through blue-collar towns like Liverpool and
that's right,
and other towns in Swansea in England.
It's not cool when you're living in Venice, California, and it's a result of you taking in squirrels as pets and you're 64 years old.
Let's get into it. Johnny Rotten. I'm not even going to say his real name. The Sex Pistols and
Public Image Limited. This guy.
He's been attacked by the small parasitic bugs, which left itchy bites all over his body, including his nether regions.
Oh, Johnny Rotten.
All of this is a result of him bringing in squirrels as pets, which tells us one thing.
That's right.
This is a guy who has no one in his life that says no to him ever.
Well, the fleas are trying to say no.
They are. And the squirrels in their own way are saying no too, but no one else is like, hey man.
No one with a voice is literally saying this.
Don't bring squirrels into your house.
Yeah. Hey, no need to bring them in the house, mate. Squirrels.
Just feed them outside. Feed them outside.
They're rats with tails with better PR.
They're basically rats with good tails. That's all they are.
That's
the tail's it. Bushy tail. It's an adorable little thing.
Long, smooth, hairless tail, sewer rat.
Poison it.
Get it out of here.
Poison it. Put it on a glue trap. Kill it. Kill it. Kill it. Kill it. Kill it. Squirrel is a pet. That's something I want a squirrel as a pet is something my 7-year-old would say.
Right.
Oh, look at that little squirrel. Can we have him as a pet?
That's someone who doesn't think through the consequences.
Right. You're like, oh, that would be so cute. And then you walk away because you're like, no, we're not getting a squirrel as a pet.
So basically, Johnny Rotten is like a 7-year-old.
Well, that tells you the age that people stop saying no to Johnny Rotten. Like
7.
9. He's 64.
Yeah. 64 and taking in squirrels as pets.
I don't know. This guy probably needs help bathing.
I think he wants to die via rabies.
That's the only way a Sex Pistols member can go out, if not by murder or suicide at the Chelsea Hotel in New York City.
He said, this is what he said, Jay.
His quote is brilliant. I love it.
I looked down there this morning at my willy, and there's a fucking flea bite on it, and then there's another one on the inside of my legs. To me, I think this is
the Sex Pistols should write a song about this.
This is the most Sex Pistols song
Flea
ever.
bite on me, Willie?
Great song. Great song. What are you trying to do, Rotten? Put rules and regulations on where fleas can bite you? I thought you were anti-rules.
You got to embrace the flea anarchy. It's going all over you.
They're just living their lives. You're trying to get in the way of the fleas. Come on now.
Man. I remember when your band was the fleas that were biting the willy of the British establishment.
That's
How about that?
Causing all sorts of pain and discomfort in the nether regions of the British society.
And now you want to shut it down?
That's it, man. You've really
64.
changed, bro.
John, 64, endured the flea bites after he befriended a bunch of squirrels at his Venice Beach home in Los Angeles and has said that he's taken to smothering himself in Vaseline to ease his discomfort.
Smothering himself in Vaseline or the squirrels in Vaseline? Is that a thing? Can he do that? Would they like it?
He could do it. He could be wrong.
It would be wrong.
He could be wrong. He could be right. He's doing this because he doesn't want to, quote, blame the poor squirrels. You can blame them. It's okay. I don't know why you're trying to let them off the hook.
Fine, but the thought of 64-year-old Johnny Rotten slathering his willy up with Vaseline makes me want to get killed by a rabid squirrel. I'm sorry.
He added the bites. Wow, last night was murder because of it. The itching, too.
Murder?
Was it murder?
Was it murder? I've listened to your music, and while I like it, it is pretty tone deaf. I do like it at times.
I love it.
It's off tone, and at times it can be. But this not as tone deaf as this statement, buddy. With
People are dying from coronavirus right now.
hooked up to ventilators. Maybe you want to lay off the murder talk when referring to the flea bites on your penis, okay?
From you letting squirrels into your house as friends.
You're fine, if not stupid.
You're fine. You're not going to die from the flea bites, are you?
He said it's such a poxy to get caught out on. The only way around it, because I'm not going to blame the poor little squirrels, is to put Vaseline on my legs.
Yeah,
I just hope they don't get the wrong idea. Who?
Who gets the wrong idea?
The squirrels?
You don't want to make them mad at you?
Oh.
Is that who you've become at age 64?
I just love that we really couldn't understand Johnny Rotten in a lot of the songs that the Sex Pistols. Like, you can't really understand what he's saying, and like we can understand him even less today. It's like Arnold Schwarzenegger.
It's like his accent. He's been in this country for decades, and somehow his accent has gotten worse.
Yeah. Jean-Claude Van Damme thinks Schwarzenegger's accent has gotten worse.
Rotten also noted he's been spending, quote, a lot of money keeping his new furry friends happy and well fed.
Stop feeding the squirrels.
Stop feeding the squirrels.
Or get a guinea pig as a pet, or a rat.
Or a mouse.
They all make great pets.
You don't need to feed the squirrels. Squirrels have a lot to eat in LA. I tell you, you never walk around in LA and be like, oh, those squirrels,
they look emaciated.
Why is no one feeding them?
They're full. Most of the squirrels are full.
They're going to eat with or without you, all right?
Maybe take some of that anarchy in the UK money and donate it to a homeless shelter instead of the squirrels that are around you.
He explained in his new book, I could be wrong, I could be right.
See?
I'm determined to keep my squirrel friends independent. You know, there's no petting.
Thank you.
If they want to nudge up, that's fine, but I know it's for a peanut and not because I'm lovely.
How can a man who is 64 years old not understand this?
Wow, do they love me for the food I buy for them? I'm definitely spending a lot of money on these little fuckers. Dan Van Kirk, this goes back to what Dan said when we were watching The Tiger King. The Tiger King, what Joe Exotic complained all the time about, hey, man, I'm telling you right now, it's so expensive to feed a tiger. You know how expensive it is to feed a tiger for a month? $25,000. And Dan was like, you know how expensive it is to feed a tiger in the wild? Zero. They feed themselves.
Let it be out there. You don't have to pay for this.
God damn.
This is the kind of like it is like a mini Tiger King.
That's what I was saying.
It is.
He's like a mini Tiger King with harmless animals. That's who Johnny Rotten is. He's taken in, trying to tame wild animals
into his life to
make them dependent on him,
so he can feel more important.
Because maybe look, he felt important a long time ago. Now he
kind of lost that a little
anymore.
bit.
He wants that power over something again,
just like Joe Exotic.
Johnny Rotten, Joe Exotic. You got a J name that starts and then a last name that kind of embodies what they want to be in this world.
The mood that they're creating.
Right? Everyone around the dude is addicted to drugs. Come on.
Both made non-melodic music.
Come on. It is the same damn thing.
But honestly now, I want a Netflix doc on Rotten and the squirrels.
The Squirrel Duke?
The Squirrel
Duke. I would watch the Squirrel
Johnny
Duke.
Rotten, the Squirrel Duke. He's not a king. Not a king. He's a duke.
We could be wrong. We could be right about this, but I think we're right.
Here's what I am right. It's the end of the show.
There you go.
We love you guys. That is the show. It is Monday. We're hurtling into the new week. Just stay connected to us. Stay connected to each other. Stay protected. Don't get infected. Wear a mask. This is some heavy times right now we're in. This is the time to lock it down a little bit more.
This is not a hoax.
We got the jokes, though. We'll see you tomorrow.
La-ti-da, la-ti-da-ti-da-ti-da, la-ti-da.